Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be all about FETCH.AI, ticker symbol FET. We are going to go over a couple of price targets for FETCH.AI to the downside and to the upside using Fibonacci, go over some of the fundamentals for FETCH.AI and planning going forward, because we know a crypto that has AI in the name is set up with good things for the future, especially if the AI narrative continues. We know this market is not a normal market. We've got coins like Doge and Pepe that run for the fun of it, and the fact that this just has AI in the name is a good sign for FETCH.AI. So guys, if you can, give the video a like, of course. Any comments, subscriptions, always appreciated. Let's get straight into the video. Now, the reason I've started making videos about FETCH.AI at this current point and not this point is because a lot of people will have started making videos after these big moves to the upside. I know a lot of videos started getting a lot of views on FETCH.AI at these Pico tops here, and you can see since those price targets up at the top, we are down about 60-70% to the downside. So people that was buying the hype up and around these levels down 60 and 70%, and we've seen this play out so many times in the altcoins. But if we just take a quick look at the key Fibonacci levels here, look at where the price has come back down to. We are stuck in that 786, 702 range here. Of course, we could dip further, fill some of these big bullish candles, in which case we would be looking for, in my opinion, this big bullish candle here with that wick to come in and get filled. Let's say we are in an accumulation range here where we are hovering around, and we'll get that Fibonacci off there. We are hovering around this range, creating the illusion of support here, people entering longs in the market. We're going for that wipeout, fill this big bullish candle, and then get at least a retrace back to the upside, which is the play I'm going to be looking to capitalize on with FETCH.AI. Do I think this is a zone where we could potentially be doing some DCA averaging into the market? Absolutely, because I do think FETCH.AI is set for bigger things, set for much higher than 60 cent in the next run. But at the minute, the risk to reward, we are still up over 200% from the lows. I would like to see that final flush, get that leverage out the system, fill that big bullish candle, and then set them targets to the upside. And another thing I would point out here, if you take a look at this big wick to the downside, this was our key resistance for a long time, months down there before then breaking out. No real back test at the minute for FETCH.AI of this level. That would coincide with them big bullish candles coming in and getting filled, inefficiencies in the market, last final dip to the downside. And if we just take a look from high to the current low, we've got that negative 12% that we like to look for on the Fibonacci coming in at around 12 cent for FETCH.AI, which is another substantial drop in the market from current levels, which is about another 40% to the downside. That is where, in my opinion, I'm going to be looking to get into FETCH.AI with major buys, really looking for them retraces back to the upside. Look at all these wicks to the upside here. I don't think the market maker's really going to want to leave these wicks to the upside untouched, so that coincides with a nice 702, 786 retracement. Let's say we do go a little bit lower on this Fibonacci, down to that negative 12% there. You can see the 702, 786 coming up and around them 46, 50 cent levels, which if we have a look at that pump from there, we're looking at a 200 to 300% move to get that initial investment out, profit out, and looking to ride the rest of FETCH.AI to the upside, which I do think is coming in the future. Which begs the question, do I think the low for FETCH.AI is in? And I do think this low down here that was set back in November to December is absolutely the bottom for FETCH.AI. I don't think we're going to be revisiting them prices very quickly in the future, not at all. In fact, I do think FETCH.AI is set for a massive bull run. And when we look at impulses to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse to the upside, it looks clean, it looks nice. That's exactly what we want to see in Elliott wave terms as well when we're looking for nice impulses to the upside. But right now, if we turn our attention to the current low, this just does not look impulsive to me. I know people might say that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not clean, it's not nice. I do think we've got a potential final dip down to the downside coming for FETCH.AI. This is just not an impulse to me. I know people may see it in a different manner, but I do want to see that final dip to the downside with a nice V-shaped recovery from this current level. You can see if we was to move this to the downside. We've got that big bullish candle right here on the 1 daily time frame at around 10 cents. So I do think if people are looking for absolute optimal entries, we're going to be looking at about 10 to 12 cent. We'd be probably lucky to get them prices in the future, but if we do get them prices, nice bit of capitulation in the market, Bitcoin weakness, bang, nice V-shaped recovery out of there. I do think that is what we're looking at for FETCH.AI here. So no matter if we go and break these highs, still think we'll probably get a somewhat of a 1, 2, 3 free wave move, some kind of a free wave move, going in with a final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mass capitulation, mass panic, coming in, filling these big bullish candles, then looking for a nice V-shaped recovery out of there. So I do think for FETCH.AI on the lower time frame, this level here probably looking quite corrective to me in relative terms to the impulse to the upside. Would be looking for that final flush. So, but again, if we are looking at lower time frame, medium time frame, higher time frame, is it such a bad position to be DCAing into FETCH.AI after a 70% drop? I don't think so. It's not so bad in terms of DCA averaging, because in relative terms to the rest of the market, FETCH.AI has been showing absolute extreme strength, still up over 200 to 300% from the lows. So I do not think we're going to get much of an opportunity to enter at 5 cents again. If it was, massive opportunity, but I don't think it's coming. I think around that 10 to 13 cent level would be a major opportunity for people, because we've never really had a bull run in this cryptocurrency market where we've had the AI narrative. Yep, we've had a nice impulse to the upside, nice correction back to the downside, but still no bull run really. Bull run hype, people returning back to the space. I do think when people do return back to the space, we could end up seeing a nice accumulation structure here for FETCH.AI with that final dip, V-shaped recovery, and then going to them higher targets to at least $2. I've put a bit of analysis out on my Twitter the other day, which was actually copied by a couple of people. I'll just show you what I mean. So I put out this analysis the other day on FET, and just showing how I expect the price action to play out with was to get that final dip on. I still think that $1.50, $2 region will come into play with a nice 10x beyond $2 even if that AI narrative in a bull market sends it on its way. But as soon as I've put that out, someone else the day after put the exact same analysis out, and it got quite a bit of traction, because quite a big account on Twitter, Crypto Wizard here, responded to it, and yeah, it got quite a bit of traction, more than mine in fact. So I in fact tweeted to Wiz there that it was my analysis, but I don't think he's seen it. But yeah, this is my analysis that someone else has put out there, just in a different way. I actually was laughing here at how this person has reframed and reanalyzed everything that I've put out there. But whether it's a bot or a person, probably just a bot reposting other people's analysis, I'm not too bothered really. It just shows that if anything, we're doing something good here. But just jumping back into the analysis, you can see on the monthly time frame here, if we was to get that test of that big bullish candle to the upside here, that would coincide with that 10 to 12 cent level that we've been talking about on the lower time frame. But then zooming out using the Fibonacci, the extensions to the upside, the 4.236 comes in at around the $4.80 region, so that's much higher than that $2 region. But if we are looking at a coin that does something like this, test this trend line to the upside, does a nice 10x from these levels, or even 20x if we get that dip down, we are talking about substantial gains here. You do want to be taking profits up at these levels, ready for that big major move back down, even if that was to go and set new highs. I do think if you're not taking your initial investment out after 200-300% moves and then 1000% moves, you're missing a trick in the cryptocurrency space, because you do get 70-80% crashes to the downside very, very often, to use as opportunities to increase the amount of cryptocurrency that you've got. So guys, this is just my analysis on FETCH.AI. Bit of lower time frame, bit of medium time frame, bit of higher time frame, showing how we can potentially plan out a couple of scenarios, DCA average into current levels, the final dip to do some really major buys. Of course, it's not financial advice, but I do see big things coming for FETCH.AI, even just because of the fact it's got AI in its name as a potential narrative going forward for the cryptocurrency space. So guys, if you do like the video, give it a like. Of course, any comments, subscriptions, always appreciated. Let me know what you think of FETCH.AI, because to be honest, I don't know too much about it. So any comments and any comments about FETCH.AI that you can let me know about the project would be very, very helpful. But yeah, from me, that is all. Just sit back, relax, let the market do the work, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.